everybody, welcome to episode 43 of the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from New Brunswick, Canada. Today is Monday, November the 25th, 2019. I would first like to welcome any new viewers who may be tuning in for the very first time, welcome, and to all my returning viewers, welcome back. This is a podcast about my knitting, and sometimes there's even some crocheting and spinning and lots of fibery fun, so yeah. You can find me on the interwebs as xcountrygirl1986x over on Ravelry, and you can find me on Instagram as Inspired Knitting Podcast. If you would like to reach out to me, you can do so by email at sweetcomfortdesigns@gmail.com, and all that information will be down in the description box below. So yeah, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on any platform, but usually Ravelry or email is the best, so yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a little bit of ramble, and then we will get on into the show. I had 4 days off work. I go back to work tomorrow. So I had a relaxing past couple of days, an extra long weekend, shall we say. So I got a lot of knitting in, and I'm super excited about that. And I also promised somebody that I was going to podcast. Hi, Kaylee. I promised her that I was going to get a podcast in before I went back, so yeah, I didn't want her to kick my butt. So anywho, I promised you all I would be back, and I want to keep up with the videos because I read all your comments from last time, and I'm so happy hearing from you guys, and I really miss doing this. So yeah. Anywho, other than that, it was a very quiet, relaxing couple of days. We actually had like some couple sunny days on the weekend. Today is very gloomy and gray. It's been raining on and off, and we've had some wet snow, and yeah, that's hence the reason the different background. I needed some natural light. So don't mind some of the mess that's back there, but yeah. Different background. Anyways, so yeah, it was a relaxing weekend full of knitting time. A couple days ago, had a little bit of an adventure. We had some company come over, so there was like this big noisy tow truck that was in our yard. And my pup Naya, if you haven't watched before, she's 5 months old, and she heard this thing coming in the driveway and she started to go nuts. And if you watched last episode, you heard her. She can be quite loud. So anyways, she had to go outside and call Mother Nature. So I took her out and I opened the front door to let her go, and she started to run towards everybody. And just as I was coming out of the house, she decided that she wanted back in a hurry, and she turned around so fast as I was coming out that she nailed me right in the face, and I got this nice little scar right here. Yeah, I quickly put my hand up to shield my eye because I saw her paw coming in. She got me right in the eye, but I managed to get move her paw out of the way. So yeah, that was a moment, but I'm okay. And yeah, she can be quite skittish. She doesn't like vehicles. Even when our van starts, she gets all skittish if she's outside. So yeah, she can be nervous. And I'm gonna pause 1 minute because somebody just come in and she's gonna start barking, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So anyways, I'm gonna start off with finished objects because I do have one. So just before I start, this week's episode is mostly going to be about works in progress. So there's going to be some stuff that I have been actively working on in the last couple of weeks, And there's also going to be stuff that I have been working on for the past year, shall we say, or at least stuff that I think I've casted on since the last time when I left. So not last episode, but the episode from last fall. So I don't think you guys have seen any of these projects. So I pulled a couple of them out to show you what I've been doing. So let's get started. The first thing that I casted on, I think it was last week, was a baby poncho. And I had a request for 3 ponchos for Christmas. So the first one I did was, I went between a newborn size and an 18-month size. So the pattern that I'm using is the hooded baby poncho, and it is a free pattern by Lion Brand Yarns. And yeah, it's just a basic stockinette garter and stockinette poncho, and it has you knitting the border as you go. So you start at the bottom here with it's like 5 rows of garter, and as you're working back and forth, you're doing the garter edge as well. So you just work in stockinette stitch all the way up to the shoulders. It has you adding on a second ball of yarn to do the shoulders at once. You cast off for the neck, do the back piece. So you do the back panel of the poncho. That's Naya. And then it has you picking up the stitches to do the hood. So yeah. The only thing that I did differently was I ended up doing a 3 needle bind off for the hood, because it has you knit the hood. Once you pick up the stitches for the hood, it has you knitting back and forth. And then once you get to the length that it tells you, you bind off and then stitch these 2 pieces together. So you would fold it over and seam them together. I didn't want to do that, so I did a 3 needle bind off, and I got so far up and I realized that when you do a 3 needle bind off, you have to have your work on the wrong side for that seam to be on the inside. But I realized that I was doing it wrong, and then I just decided to leave it because I thought that it actually looked cute. So yeah, it's a neat little feature. So anyways, that's my baby poncho, and it was knitted on 5mm needles, Karen cakes, you know, the Karen cakes, I think that's what they're called. Anyways, don't remember the name exactly, but I used 1 skein and a bit to do this, so not bad. It is a worsted weight yarn. I have casted on the second one, and I'm again using the same size needles, Karen Simply, or the Karen Cakes again, just in a different colorway, and I've only got, I think, about halfway up the front panel so far. So yeah, that's my only finished object this week. I would have gotten more done on the poncho, but my next 2 whips have been taking over my my focus this weekend. So I have this in one of my newest bags that I made. This is a made by me bag. I ended up going to it was called a fabric yard sale, a yarn and fabric yard sale. It was hosted in Moncton, New Brunswick, and they had some yarn there. They had a table full of yarn, but it was mostly the fabric. It was hosted by our local Lions Club, and it was amazing. Most of the fabrics, there was all these different tables full of fabrics, but you could get like 2 meters of fabric for $1. It was mind-blowing. So I walked out of there with 2 big shopping bags full for like $26, and it was amazing. So the bottom print here, and yes, it is nice and dirty, but the bottom print here is this nice jean fabric I got, and I got like 3 meters of it. I think I only paid a couple dollars for it. So I've been putting that on the bottom of the bags because it just looks so nice. And then the top fabric, they are 18 by 21 inch pieces of fabric that you can get from Walmart, and they're only like $3 each. So one of those gave me the top part for my bag, and then I lined it with this pretty yellow, and that's another one from Walmart. So for $6 you can get a beautiful interior for your bag, the front of the bag, and then if I was to just use those pieces, you would have another one for your bottom if you wanted it. But this is a fair size bag. This is currently housing my my 2 sweaters. So anyways, the first one that I am doing, hang on, I'm getting tangled here. The first one that I am doing, I casted this one on, I'm gonna say midsummer, and it is my Alias cardigan by Isabel Kramer. And I got inspired to do this one when I saw Jamie from the Cozy Up Girls. Hi Jamie. I saw her do this one, and she's in a beautiful mustard color, and I so want to have it in the mustard color, but I decided to work from stash. She used Cascade 220, I believe, to do hers, and that's what I am doing. And it's going to be hard to show because it's wanting to fold up here, but this is what I have so far, and I'm fairly far along on it. And what you couldn't see when I held it up is that down the fronts is this beautiful mock cable, and I cannot wait till I get it blocked because that is just going to open that up so nicely. And it is so easy to do. It's a 4-row repeat, and like I said, it goes down both sides of the sweater. And so yeah, it is top down, and I won't say how it's done because it is a paid for pattern, but I got that far, and I am this far down from the separation for the sleeves, so that's super exciting. And you also have those beautiful cables from the underarm going down the body as well. Now, I'm not quite sure if I misread the pattern or not. I realized this today. I think you're only supposed to go so far under the arm with that mock cable, and then continue it on the bottom just above the ribbing. Not 100% sure, but either way, I'm just going to continue doing the side cables. There's one on each side. I'm just going to continue it right down the length of the sweater because I love them. They're super simple to do, so yeah, it'll just be my little design feature. But I am loving it so far, and yes, I don't know how much further I have to go. I have to measure it out to see, but I am getting super excited for this. So yeah, as I said, I am using the Cascade 220. It is super wash. Just grab the ball here. It is super wash, 220 yards, 100 gram balls, and the color number is 1946. And there is the color. It's super pretty. It's a heathered gray. It does have a colorway name. I just don't remember what it is now. But yeah, as I don't think I said what I'm knitting it on. I'm knitting them on 4.5 Chagus red lace. The pattern, I believe, calls for a 5mm needle, and I did start the sweater in a 5, and the fabric was coming out way too loose. I didn't like it, so I recast it on with the 4.5, and I'm loving the material a lot more. So yeah, So there's my Alias cardigan, and that is again by Isabel Kramer. So the next one I have to share with you guys, I am absolutely in love with. This is what has taken my attention all weekend because I want it so badly. So this one here, I think I cast it on maybe a month or so ago, and it is the Love Note by Tin Can Knits. And I have seen so many beautiful variations of this sweater. Kristen of the Woolen Vine podcast, she did a gorgeous one colored one. And Heather from the Feather Stitches podcast, hi Heather, she just finished hers in a beautiful teal color. And it's a fingering weight held double with mohair, or if you didn't want to do the mohair, you could just use a DK weight yarn. And it's got this gorgeous lace on the front, and you can choose to do a cropped version like this, or you can do a regular length version. I'm doing a regular version, and I am also doing full length sleeves instead of 3/4 length. So yes, I'll start off with showing you the yarn first. I am using, so I did choose to do fingering and mohair. This is the Knit Picks Hawthorne fingering, and this is in the Rockway colorway. And it's this, I hope that is not too loud. Naya is going nuts over here. It's in this beautiful brown colorway. So it is tonaled with some lighter with some lighter shades of brown, and there's even some red in it as well. It's a gorgeous colorway. And I am also using the Aloft, and I don't even think I have, this is all I got left. I only got 2 balls of it because this wasn't for a sweater. The yarn was purchased for something different. The mohair, I just wanted to work with some mohair, so it was planned for like a shawl or a cowl, but yeah, I just decided that the 2 were gonna look so nice, so I stole them to put them into this sweater. So I have to order more of this, but this is just the Knit Picks Aloft mohair in the black. So that's what I have left out of 2 balls, and this is now my second skein of the Hawthorne. And without further ado, here is my sweater. Oh, you guys, look how gorgeous this thing is. So it has, you start at the top, and you start by doing a provisional cast on, and I had to cast it on twice because Bobby doesn't read the instructions right. But it has you do a provisional cast on, and then you start knitting into the gorgeous lace panel there. And depending on your size, depends on the amount of times that you do the chart, of course. And I got past that. It has you do some raglan shaping for before the arm separation. And now I am that far down from the sleeves. So that's what I have so far, and I love it. I tried it on last night, and it's going to fit beautifully, I think. So what I did is I had to add in a second ball of the brown. So the Hawthorne got me all the way through that much of the sweater, which is amazing. So I decided that I was going to pick up the stitches from the provisional cast on to do the neck, just so it would look more completed, because I was desperate to see what it looked like. So I did that, and I followed to pattern exactly. The only difference is I was supposed to go down to the smaller needle for the ribbing, and I didn't. So yeah. I also wish that I had done a stretchier bind off. The way I bind off, I knit a stitch and then I put it back onto the left needle and I SSK it off, which is a stretchier bind off, but it's a little bit tight. But it goes over my head, so I think it's fine and I'm gonna leave it. But I completed the neck, and I also decided that since I had separated the yarn to do the neck, I was gonna go ahead and do my sleeves. That way I wouldn't have the bulk of the sweater going around and around to do them. So that's what I have with the first sleeve so far. I just did the first set of decreases. They have you knitting straight down, so the stitches that you pick up here for your sleeve, you aren't decreasing down at all because it ends up becoming like a bell sleeve. So it has you do one set of decreases before you do your ribbing. So I did the first set of decreases, and I think I'm gonna do another set because I feel like that's still a bit too loose. So I might actually go another set of decreases. I don't know, I might fudge some in, but I'm just about to start the ribbing on my sleeve. So yeah, that's sleeve one. So when I'm done that, I will pick up for the second sleeve and get those done, and then continue knitting on the body, and it'll be finished. And I cannot wait because it is so soft and so beautiful. And it's super affordable too when you knit with the knit picks. So yeah, I'll give you guys one final shot of it. And it is so nice. And I find that the mohair from Knit Picks is so silky soft. It is not scratchy at all. So if it's something that you guys have been wanting to do, I would highly recommend it. It's a nice yarn. So that is the two sweaters that I have been working on. And yeah, those are active whips, like I said. The next thing that I have been working on, this one has been sitting, on the back burner for a little bit now because I've gotten distracted with other things. But this is in another Made by Me bag. I was kind of having fun this past summer with my sewing machine, and if you're interested in making your own bags, I follow Erica, Confessions of a Housewife is her YouTube name, I believe. But she's here on YouTube and she has lots of amazing bag tutorials, project bag tutorials, all free. So do check her out. So I just follow her tutorials and make her bags or come up with variations of my own. All these materials, like I said, I just get these little pieces of fabric from Walmart. They are affordable, and yeah. Anyways, the project that is housed in this bag is another one that I am super in love with, but sadly have not been able to work on it. It is my BFL shawl, or Best Friends for Life by Cozy Up Knits. And I think I casted this one on around the time that it got released. And that is what I have of it so far. So it has you cast on here, and it's just some pretty garter, and then it goes into this beautiful lace. Then you start fading in your next color. It is a four color shawl. It's a 4-color shawl. So it has you fading in your next color. So before I get too far, this is Barnyard Knits and her Rosebud colorway. And then I faded into my second color which is Handmaiden, and it's just like a peach colorway. And I think this one actually has cashmere in it, I'm not sure. So you do the lace again. Now I'm fading into my third color, and I will show you. So I had used this is the Barnyard Knits Rosebud. I had used this in some socks that I made. So the BFL shawl was designed around 50-gram mini skeins, and you can either buy 4 full skeins and split them in half and make 2 shawls, or give the yarn to your bestie, which was behind the name Best BFL, Best Friends for Life, and you could each knit a shawl with the same yarn by splitting it in half. Or you could just get the 50-gram minis and 4 50-gram minis and do the shawl as well. So I had about 80 grams of this left, I think. So I chose to use that one. This one was a full skein of Handmaiden. Like I said, I don't remember what the colorway name is, but it's a pretty peach. My third color that I am fading into is Suburban Stitcher in her Evangeline colorway, and this is a single ply yarn. Isn't that pretty? Oh, sorry. It's just so pretty. And then my fourth color that will be going in is also by Suburban Stitcher in her Rusted Oak colorway. Oh, love it. So that has been on the back burner, sadly, like I said, but hopefully I'll be able to pick it back up soon and finish it off, because I think it will be absolutely stunning. So there's that one. And I am knitting them on 3.5 or 3.75 needles. These are Knitter's Pride, the wooden ones. So yeah, I will show you guys once more before I put it away. Absolutely gorgeous. And I think your stitch count is increasing as you go as well. Can't remember now because it's been a while since I had it out, but you're increasing as you go up. So pretty. So that is that. I'm just gonna put that back away. And also the shawl, the BFL shawl, was knitted with Allison Barnes yarns. It was in, she had made different fade kits. I don't know if they're still available, but there was some really pretty ones. So if you haven't checked out Allison Barnes, do check her out. She has some beautiful yarn. Okay, so the next thing that I have on the go is a hat that I casted on a couple weeks ago, and yeah, I just needed to cast on something simple, but I haven't touched it since, of course. This is in another Made by Me bag, and I really love this one. This is from the fabric I got at the yard sale. It was like a jelly roll of these different prints. So I just made some scrappy bags up, and I absolutely love this rust color here. So pretty. And then it's just got a, call it like an aqua interior. Anyways, I decided to cast on a prairie hat by Kay Jones, the Bakery Bears podcast. And the hat is knit in fingering weight yarn and 3mm needles. I decided that I wanted to use worsted weight yarn, and I am knitting it on a 4.5. So I just cast it on. I don't remember how many stitches I cast it on, but it's more for a child than it is an adult, which is fine. And I'm using Barocco Vintage yarn to do it. And yeah, it's working up nice. I love the pattern. She also has the prairie socks as well. And it's just a super simple pattern, nothing hard about it. And I don't think I have the tag in here to tell you what the colorway is, or do I? I don't know if this is the ball band. I believe it is, but 51168 is the color number, if that's going to focus. No, it won't. Oh well. It's just a pretty mauvey color. So I pretty much have the body of the hat completed. I just have to do the decreases now. So this is going to be a Christmas gift for somebody. And it'll probably get like a giant pom-pom on it. I don't know yet. So that's something I need to get done soon. So that was the Prairie Hat by Kay Jones. The next two that I'm going to show you, I have not actively worked on these since the starting of the year at least, but they are two that I am super excited about. So the first one is my Impressionist shawl by Curious Handmade, or Helen Stewart. If I can get the bag open. You guys might have seen this one. I can't remember. It seems like it's been on the go for a while, so I'm thinking I did show you guys, but I will just pull it out again. It has gotten no love from me at all in a while. And I'm not going to go over the yarns either, because I don't even remember where the tags went. But the Impressionist shawl is a fingering weight shawl. It's done with 3 colors, I believe, and you just do the different sections and you're progressively fading in the new color. I chose to use a mini skein set that I got from a beautiful yarn shop in Prince Edward Island, and it was 5 skeins of different shades of green. So I am just doing so many repeats of each of those 5, and that is my color number 1. So from the top here down to this pretty dark speckly one here, that's my color 1. And I started to fade in my color 2, which is this limey green color. I can't remember what that yarn was. I also got it on the island as well. I can't remember, but I think it's Allegria, if I remember right, but that's that one. And I am fading in the minis again at the starting of the light color. And did I start to add a new color? That's the lime green there. And I believe now I start to add in the 3rd color, and I don't have it in the project bag right now, but I was going to use, I think I was going to use Ballard Suburban Stitcher, but it's a little bit too much of an olivey green, and I didn't feel that it worked well. So I picked up a darker green that is similar to that speck right there, and that will be my 3rd color. So yeah, I'm doing a slightly different take on the Impressionist, but I'm loving how it's working up. It's garter stitch, and then you have these sections of eyelets. It's a very pretty shawl. So like I said, I haven't worked on that one in a while. It is a crescent shape shawl, but it's a fun knit and I am enjoying it, and when I pick it up I'm going to continue enjoying. But for right now it's unfortunately in timeout. But it will not be frogged, it is going to be completed. Okay, so I have 2 more things to share with you. And I am just moving things about here. So this one here, I don't believe you guys have seen. And it is, okay, it is my Cowboys and Angels shawl by Isabel Kramer. And it is a 3-skein worsted weight shawl. And I just have to make sure, I'm gonna show you the front of it. Okay, so here it is. This is what I have so far, so not very much, but it's got this beautiful texture. It's just gorgeous on the top. And now I'm down into the garter section, and you continue the, oh, it actually has a row of bobbles, I forgot. You go into a row of bobbles here, and then the garter stitch section, and you knit the garter stitch section for so far, and then you have another panel of this gorgeous texture, and then I believe another row of bobbles, and then you finish it off with I believe it's like a ribbed border. It's an absolutely stunning shawl. It's gorgeous, and this is, it's not hard to do, this section here. This textured section is not hard, but it does take a bit of concentration. So yeah, it's a bit time consuming, but totally worth it in the end, I believe anyways. It's going to be pretty. So for this project, I am using Broco Vintage again, worsted. This is what I have left of the first ball, and it is this beautiful green color, and it has a colorway number, but the name of it is Forest Floor, and it's like a heathered olivey dark green. It's so pretty. So yep, that's what I have of the first ball, and I got 2 more because it's 3 skeins. So yeah, I'm using 4.5 millimeter needles for this one as well. So that one has gotten no love at all from me, but it's on the go. And I can't wait to have it. So I have one more thing to share with you. This is going to be another gift, and it is in a cute little Made by Me bag. I got these for 3 months. I was part of, what do you call these? I forget what the charm packs. I was part of the mini charm pack club, and I don't even remember the website. I'm horrible. But you could subscribe to it. It wasn't that expensive at all, and they sent you 3 or 4 mini charm packs a month. So this was one of the mini charm packs that I got. So I just did a little patchwork sock sack, and I love this bottom part here. It is so pretty. So yeah, I just love it. It's just a little drawstring bag, and this is again from the project bag tutorial I followed is from Erica, and I just did a way smaller. She does like a medium-sized bag. I just did like a small sock sack, and it's just got a white interior. Super cute. It fits excuse me, it fits a sock perfectly. So I will first start off with showing you the yarn. I am using, this is the green I was telling you about, Suburban Stitcher in the Ballard colorway, and it is a sparkle base, a gold sparkle base. So pretty. So that is what I'm using, and it is a pair of socks. And I'm not going to pronounce the designer's name because I will butcher it. So I will have the show notes listed below in the description, and you can see the designer's name there. But I've had these in my library for a couple years now, and I've never gotten around to doing them. But I just figured that with this yarn it would be so pretty. So they are the Chocolate Kiss socks. And I haven't gotten very far at all with it, as you can see, but if I can open it up, it's got this pretty lace panel on the front, and I don't think that's going to show very well at all, but yeah, it's a super pretty pattern, and it's not hard at all to do. But in the end, they look so pretty. I'm trying to open it up, but that's as good as it gets, I think. So yeah, that's what I'm doing there. 2.25 millimeter needles, and I cast it on 56 stitches, I believe. So yeah, hopefully I will have them done for Christmas, but I don't know. That might be pushing it, but they are a gift. So that is what I have been working on, guys. And right now my main priority is getting the ponchos done, and the rest, I have become a super selfish knitter, it seems. But my main focus has been on my sweaters. Usually, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I'm all about the shawls, and that still very much is the case, but it's been sweaters lately. I've been wanting knit sweaters. I didn't even mention this at the beginning of the podcast, but I'm wearing my Supplanter shawl by Cozy Up Knits. I shared it with you guys last week. I knit it in Estelle Yarns alpaca, merino alpaca. It's a DK weight, and yeah, it's so warm and cozy. So yeah, that is now released on Ravelry, so do go over and check it out. And the girls have been coming out with amazing designs. They just released the Grande double wrap cowl with a touch of brioche, and that is a 2-color double wrap cowl. So that one just came out, and I believe, I don't know how long it's supposed to be, but there's a 20% coupon that's automatically applied to it as well. So amazing, amazing. So do head over there and check them out. So anyways, that's about all I have going on right now. So I'm gonna try to get another podcast out again next week or in the next couple weeks, and show notes will be down below. I will link them like I did last week, so you can find them on Ravelry. And I do have a podcast group on Ravelry where I used to post the show notes, but they're not going to be there anymore. They're just going to be posted down below for now. So yeah, until next time, guys, have a great week and happy knitting. Bye.